History of Labor Law by Karen Michell, Wagner Molina, and Stephanie Leal. The etymology of the word work is certainly not defined. Some authors consider that it derives from the word tripails. Others maintain that the word labor, used as a synonym for work, comes from the Greek labor, which means under agreed way. History. Throughout history, human beings have been modifying our habits and customs, using force and knowledge to try to satisfy our needs and improve our quality of life. This attempt and improvement was made through work and the use of resource and energy in such a way that as work developed, inability and exchange was made both with the environment and with other human beings. The evolution of working conditions included different stages: the first before the eruption of the Industrial Revolution, the second after it, and a third referring to the current changes and transformation brought about by the economic globalization of markets. First stage: appropriation. In ancient times, human labor was characterized by attend to only elementary levels of subsistence in which each family sought to satisfy its own needs. The social organization was composed of clans and tribes were hunting, fishing, agriculture, and pastoral. The advance of civilization and the appearance of social organizations characterized by the settlement or families and imposed the realization of agricultural and livestock tasks. Slavery. As a result of the continuous wars of conquest, slavery was generation. The defeated were taken prisoner to be used as slaves in mines, workshops, or road repair. At that time, to avoid danger and discomfort, it was customary to kill the prisoner, which is why slavery came to be considered a humanitarian activity. It means, with the arrival of the Middle Age period from the fall of the Western Roman Empire to the fall of Constantinople to the Ottoman Turks, custom changed the feudal organization of society, attenuated the characteristics of self by replacing it with self-owned. Craftsmanship. Gradually, and as a consequence of the development of the cities, groups of people who belonged to the same guild were formed: blacksmith, saddler, and silversmith. Second stage: the Industrial Revolution. In the middle of the 18th century, it was in England where the conditions for industrialization looked the place, due to the fact that a remarkable technical progress was achieved. The creation of the steam engine by James generated the development of numerous industrial activities and the grouping of a large number of workers, especially in the textile industry. Social movements. Denouncing abuses by industrial companies to the detriment of workers began in a talk the forms of strikes and popular demonstrations that were met with repression. The largest of the protests took place in Mr. Peters in Manchester. The 8-hour working day. The limitation of the working day was discussed at international conferences held by the governments of the major European powers.
Direct Settlement, Conciliation and Arbitration. The law on October 21 4, 1920 introduced test criteria in labor disputes, considering that the collective suspension of work had to be overcome. It was stipulated that it had to be preceded by the exhaustion of test stages. Protection of minors. Lab 15 of 1925, establishing the obligation to perform the functions of protector of minors. The Deputy Director of Hygiene and Public Assistance and the labor inspectors as protector of minors were led with the following duties. A. Placing the one operating minor in an education establishment or in a public child establishment. B. Since placement and monitor them carefully. C. Place minors responsible for crimes after the completion of the sentences should work show levels at least equal to the time of punishment. Mandatory Sunday reps. Lab 57 of 1926, establishing this benefit of the provision, was extended to staffs that were not susceptible to interruption. For example, industries that respond to daily or indispensable need for food, or companies or industries whose cessation of Sunday would be harmful to the public or compromise the normal function of the world. The rest in this case could be used day over day. Trade Union Apps. Lab 183 on June 23, 1931, recognizing workers the right of free association for the defense of their interests, forming unions, professional associations. A conceptual precision while establishing a trade union is the association of workers of the same professional, trials specialists, similar or related, constitute exclusive for the study, development, and defense of the common interest or type profession without distribution of benefits. The RIP was extended to the liberated professionals, to industrialists, and to workers salaried by the state, departments, and municipalities. Article 24 of Law 83 of 1931 authorizes may over 18 years of age and married women to receive their salaries and salary direct and freely administer the emoluments without the intervention of legal representation. 8-hour working day, 1934. President Olaya Herrera ordered the General Labor Office of the Ministry of Industry to issue resolution in order to fix the maximum working days since the resolution prohibits the working hours of persons employed in an industrial establishment, public or private, could not exceed 8 hours or day no 48 hours a week. 1. By which the hours of work in the industry are limited to 8 hours a day and 48 hours a week. 2. Relating to unemployment. 3. Concerning the employment of women before and after childbirth. 4. Concerning night work by women. 5. Fixing the minimum age for admission of children to industrial work. 6. Relating to night work of minors. 7. Fixing the minimum age for admission of children to manual work. 8. On unemployment compensation in the event of loss due to spring rain. 10. Concerning TA or admission of children to agriculture work. 11. Concerning the risks of association and coalition of agriculture workers. 12. Relating to workers' compensation in agriculture. 13. Concerning the use of ceruza in painting. 14. Relating to the application of weekly rates in the industrial enterprise. 15. by which the minimum age for admission or minimum to work is say up escaper and firemen. 16. On the compulsory medical examination of minors, employment of warships. 23. Concerning the repatriation of seafarers. 24. Relating to health insurance for workers in industrial commerce and domestic service. 25. Concerning sky insurance for agriculture workers. 26. Concerning the establishment of methods for fixing minimum wages. 29. Relating to forced and compulsory labor. Maternity protection. Lab 53 of 1938 recognized to the first time in Colombia the maternity protection of women working in offices in companies or unofficial or private in nature. On the occasion of childbirth, she acquired the right to a pay of 8 weeks. In addition, democide during pregnancy and breastfeeding was prohibited, as well as the right to have 15 or 20 minutes every 3 hours to breastfeed. The employment of women in unhealthy or dangerous on effort intensive work and in night work lasting more than 5 hours was prohibited. Constitutional reform of 1936. The 1936 reform expressly established what is a social obligation and challenged the special protection of the state. In fact, over the years, the street was regulated in such a way that practical knowledge was legal as a result of many public and private activities were defined as public service. Contractual and performance regime for state servants. The regime is adopted by Ley 6A of 1945 and is a regulation decree 2127 of the same year, like with the lab established the base of the Organization of Social Security institution, which occurred in 1946 with the creation of the National Social Security Fund and the Colombian Social Security Institute, among others. The institutional framework of labor law, individual and collective, for the private sector was established in 1950 with the adoption of the Substantive Labor Code through Decrees 26, 63, and 3743 of 1950. Decrees of the State of Sigita were ratified by Law 141 of 1961 as permanent legislation. Decree 2351 of 1965 is issued after consultation with the EUTC and the CTC. The reform registered advance in the legislation related to the retroactive of several allowance indefinite contract, the amount of compensation table use cause or dismissal. Decree Law 2351 of 1975 regulate Decree 2076 of 1977 November 10 of the A on unemployment. Lab 52 on 1975 October B was annual interest in recognized to the severance of private workers. Lab 50 on 1909 which introduced amendments to the Substantive Law Code and detention over provisional regulatory decree 1176 on 1991 an affiliation to the special regime on annual definitive unemployment lab 100 on 19